Hi friends, this is Gwen from Gwen the Trash Witch. Welcome, thank you for joining me today. Welcome back, welcome if you're new. So today I'm here for the hashtag Scrappy Monday Embellishments. This is hosted by Tony over at Tony's Witchy Art and Crafts and by Misty at Mystical Misty 1. This is right up my Trash Panda alley. This is where you, on the last Monday of the month, look at what you have for your scraps, things that are, for me, are left over from projects that I've worked on this month, and you find your scraps and you get to make something out of your scraps because nothing goes to waste, and even the tiniest of scraps can be used to make something beautiful. So what I decided to make this month was I was playing around with just some paper, some book pages, and this is what I refer to when I say my glue block. This is always to my side that I'm gluing on, but oftentimes I go for the papers, and this has watercolor on it. These have the metallic watercolors. These are just beautiful. I wish I would have used these first, but I started folding those into pockets. Really easy fold that I'll show you in just a second. There's no cutting, no measuring, no gluing, so I just made these little pockets. First I did paint them, but I wanted to show you what it looked like just using the book page. And then on some of them I stamped before I folded, and then I just used my scraps and did some embellishments on them. Used my metallic ink pens, did some of the faux stitching around. This has tissue paper and then these little scraps left over from when I was working on my Peter Rabbit journal. So that was that one. And then of course I have Panda Jack journal scraps all over my craft desk. So had a little scrap of ribbon. I went ahead and inked that with some of the dioxide inks. I can't remember the color. I think it's, oh, what's that color? It's really pretty. Patina, some turquoise patina, I believe. And this has some, I've been playing with some napkin, and you know how you rip the layers of the napkin off before you use the printed part. So I inked up some of the napkin, the plain colored backside, and put that with some tissue paper. Had this little die cut of a dog, and again took my metallic glitter pen, did the faux stitching around this one on this little scrap of paper I had, made a little book, and did the same thing with the napkin and the tissue paper and a little tiny piece of the ribbon. So that's on there. I inked up that ribbon too. So that was that one. And then from my, I think it was my Deck the Year card, I had some of the mermaid beachy things out. So I had a little scrap of this paper that I'd been playing with some circle cuts. Tissue paper is behind. There's that napkin that I was telling you about. So that's just glue stuck onto the paper, and then using just those tiny little scraps that I had made little journaling tags for that. This was, I'm sure you've all seen, this was the packet from Dollar Tree this summer. Boy, that glitter went everywhere, though. I will say that is a messy piece, so I wasn't overly excited about that. Probably should go over that with some Mod Podge to keep the glitter down. Here you can see I added a little bit of that napkin piece to the back. Again, just using a glue stick. So what I thought I'd do today is just show you real quickly that fold, and then I've got some scraps out here, maybe put one together. So this is just a page out of the book, and I have some really inexpensive metallic watercolors. So I went over those. I did a couple different color versions, and you can see the metallic, but I think I really like this one. This was a smaller book page, so this one will be a little smaller. So let's see if I can remember the fold. It's so simple. You just bring it up, leaving any amount of space over here. That kind of depends on how big you want a certain part of the pocket. So now you have this, and then you flip it over. Okay, let's do this, Larson. Okay, here we go. We're gonna go this way, and then we're going to bring this one over, and then it just slips right in there, and you don't even have to glue this. Isn't that amazing? So you have so many pockets here. You've got right here, and right here, and right here, right here, and then one on the back. Now you could of course glue this. I haven't glued any of those over there, but probably wouldn't be a bad idea just to stick a little glue strip down in the bottom. So I'm going to show you that one more time on this bigger one. Start with the lower right hand corner, bring it up. You can leave, like I said, any type of margin there that you want. Here's the part where I always have to stop and think. Flip it over. Then you're going to take and just bring it to this bottom edge here. And again, just kind of eyeballing how much you want to leave that pocket open. And I probably should have my bone folder over here. Oh, and see that one isn't painted very pretty. So sometimes you want to think about what, if you're using scrapbook paper, printed paper, you would want to use double-sided, but you want to kind of look at it as you fold a few of these to determine, you know, where the color is going to show what you want on this larger piece. So before I worked with this one, I'd probably go back and paint a little bit more on that because that ended up being kind of a blank side. So we'll go back to this little one, and what I would do is just kind of look at my scraps and decide how to build up an embellishment on this bigger part. This is a post-it note that I was watching a video earlier this week on, I think it's called Momogami, where you just take lotion or oil and you just work it and work it and work the paper. And she wasn't doing post-it notes, she was doing magazine pages. And I actually have a couple right here that I did. So these were just out of I think a health magazine I received in the mail. So it ends up like material. It's just so soft and beautiful. I'd never done that before. So when I was watching the video, I just ripped a page out of a couple magazines and went for it. So today, when I was thinking about scrapping, this post-it note was on my desk, and it's just the perfect color. So I got the lotion that was right here and did that. And I would want to rip this a little bit so it's just not obviously a square. And we'll put this down first. There we go. Just roughing that up a little bit. I like that texture. And then I have some tissue paper that I've been working with. I like the purple. We'll lay that down. And we can lay down the green here. So I'll probably put these all down just with a glue stick. I know if you've got your hot glue gun handy or any of the glues, they would all work just fine. But just for today, we're going to try to do this relatively quickly. But I think the glue stick's just going to hold it fine. And I'm not really getting all of the edges. I don't care if they stick up a little bit. I can evaluate that later and see if I need it to be completely laid down. I really do like this napkin. I think it's so pretty, the colors. So I'm just gonna rip a piece of that. And I'm looking around here. Do I not have my bone scraper over here? I try to set everything up. Again, I'm not working at my normal place. I think we'll just put a little piece of this just in this area here. I know as soon as I quit filming, I'll be like, oh, it was right there. And that's okay. You get the idea. We could either fold that back or just leave it on there. So I could go on and just keep adding pieces of tissue, pieces of the napkin. But for the sake of this video, I'll probably just These are my stickers that I was using, my Dollar Tree stickers that I used on my Deck the Year card, so they were here. We'll stick that down. We've got some little pieces of rickrack. We could probably add that. This would probably be better added with a glue, but we're just gonna use this. This will be fine. It's so hot that my glue stick almost is a liquid glue. So I like that. And then these were some circle punch that I cut in half using for something else. So I thought we might want to add that somewhere. Oh, let's just put it in that pocket. There we go. We'll just kind of stick that in there. What do you think, guys? Should we add something else? I mean, you could just keep going and going and going. That's what's so fun about using your scraps. Have a really hard time throwing anything away. So I always have tons of scraps laying around. We could stick that underneath. I think I'll just use it since it's here. I think I have paint all over my fingers. I don't know if you can see that. I've been playing with some different acrylic paints today, and I know I've shared with you, I really just like using my fingers when I'm kind of finger painting around. Oh, I have this too. Should we add a little sparkle somewhere? Sometimes it's hard to know when to stop. And you could probably stop at any point along the way, and it would be just perfect. I like it just like that, but it's just hard to resist this beautiful purple. So we're gonna stick it on there. Why not, right? So this is just such fun play. I love just looking on my desk, seeing what's out. Oh, if you could see my desk, it is, I try to keep it orderly, but when you work on 3 different journals and more ideas are popping into your head all the time, it's just really hard to want to clean anything up because, you know, I might need to reach for it or start something new with it. This is just a glitter gel pen. I really like the faux stitching. To me, it kind of finishes off the edges. I try to be neat when I do this, and I just realized I don't even have my craft board underneath me. So normally it would be better if you were working on more of a solid surface to get these a little bit neater, but it's okay. As long as I don't go off the paper, it'll be okay. And obviously I'm hurrying a little bit more because of the video length, but you could take your time and do a much neater job with this. I'm really liking those metallic watercolors, and I noticed when I was painting with those today that they didn't just absorb as quickly into the book page as the other watercolors did. They took a long time to get coverage because of the absorption that was going into the book page, but these stayed more on top and gave me a quicker, easier coverage. So there's that little one, and you can see I've got so much more in the scrap department here that I could make a bunch of these. And then just taking these little scrap papers that you have. Thought I brought over my corner rounder, but when your desk area starts to look like this, sometimes you can't find your corner rounder. But I would probably do a corner rounder on these and probably do some embellishments on this as well. Go around it with the faux stitching, which I won't do the whole thing. But again, you could take any one of these little scraps and embellish your little card that you want to include in some of these pockets. Did I put it the wrong way? Did I glue the wrong side? Possibly. I could do this for hours, but I won't keep you here for hours. I do want to thank you for joining me today. The hashtag is an open collaboration for everyone to join. It's really fun. You can see that if you're like me and you leave your scraps out, it's pretty easy to just grab some of your scraps and get to creating. So I hope that you'll join us and go and check out some of the other wonderful things. I saw Tony's post today, and I saw Misty's post today, and Lori at Petey Pie Designs. They all made such cute things. So go check them out, and I'm sure that there's other people participating as well that you can have fun and go see. So thank you so much, friends, for joining me today. I always appreciate when you stop by and spend time with me. I know we're all so busy, but it's greatly appreciated that you come by and say hi to me and see what I'm up to. So have a wonderful rest of your Monday, and I will talk to you all soon. And like I said before, this is a perfect Trash Panda project. So I'm going to sign off by saying, okay, Trash Pandas, let's go out there and find all the shiny things. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.